Imagine a government at war with its own workforce. That's the stark reality federal employees are facing as the longest government shutdown in U.S. history drags into its second month. But here's where it gets controversial. While the shutdown itself is a symptom of political gridlock, workers are pointing fingers squarely at the Trump administration for what they call a deliberate campaign of intimidation and neglect. As of this week, the shutdown has surpassed 35 days, eclipsing the previous record set during Donald Trump's first term. The human cost is staggering. Approximately 700,000 federal employees are furloughed without pay, while another 700,000 are working without compensation. For these workers, the shutdown isn't just a political standoff, it's a financial and emotional crisis. Many employees describe the shutdown as the latest in a series of attacks they've endured under the Trump administration. From mass firings, many later overturned in court, to drastic budget cuts, early retirement pressures, and threats to withhold back pay, federal workers feel under siege. It's already been a chaotic year, said Micah Niemeyer-Walsh, an employee at the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health, NIOSH. She was among those initially fired, only to be reinstated in May after a court intervened. For many agencies, including mine, we've been effectively shut down for months due to workforce reductions and the relentless attacks on federal employees, she added. Niemeyer-Walsh, also vice president of the American Federation of Government Employees, AFGE, Local 3840, hopes this shutdown will serve as a wake-up call to how bad things have gotten. And this is the part most people miss. In November, furloughed workers received extension notices with no guarantees of back pay once the government reopens. This threat, repeatedly made by the Trump administration, has only deepened the anxiety. I never thought I'd see our government attacking its own employees, said Omar Algeciras, a Department of Labor worker and vice president of AFG Local 2391. This is the epitome of harassment and bullying against people just trying to serve the American public. The mental health toll is undeniable. It's unprecedented, unnecessary, and disheartening, Algeciras added. We're having to take care of our union members and co-workers because support isn't coming from the top anymore. The AFGE has called for an end to the shutdown, carefully avoiding blame on either Republicans or Democrats. Yet, as the stalemate continues, President Trump has refused to negotiate with Democrats, further exacerbating the stress on federal workers. Russell Vought, the White House budget director, once admitted he wanted to put federal workers in trauma and portray them as villains, a goal critics say he's actively pursuing through this shutdown. For Tandy Zitkus, president of AFGE Local 898 and a furloughed OSHA worker, the chaos is relentless. Since February, there's been a constant threat of losing our jobs, she said. It's become the new normal for federal workers. Employees are scrambling to make ends meet, filing for unemployment, relying on food banks, and deferring bills. It's overwhelming. It's hard to stay positive, Zitkus admitted. We're civil servants, not politicians. Why are we caught in this political fight? White House Deputy Secretary Abigail Jackson has placed the blame squarely on Democrats, claiming they're holding the government hostage to push for healthcare for undocumented immigrants. American families are missing paychecks because of the Democrats' irresponsible behavior, she stated. President Trump wants the government to reopen. Democrats can end this anytime. But is it that simple? Critics argue the administration's treatment of federal workers predates the shutdown, raising questions about its true motives. Is this a political strategy, or a deliberate assault on the federal workforce? We want to hear from you. Do you think the Trump administration is unfairly targeting federal employees, or is this shutdown solely the Democrats' fault? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's spark a conversation.